Today, I went back to the climbing gym for the second time after I got injured. Will I be able to send a V3? Keep watching to find out. Also, I did something really embarrassing at the end, so keep watching for that too. Hope you enjoy. So right around here, the holds started getting pretty crimpy and small, and I'm not super good at these holds, so I didn't really know how to do them, and I just sat on this big rock part in the middle because I needed time to figure it out. Here I didn't really know how to continue. There wasn't really a place to put my right foot, so I just jumped, but get ready for this next boulder. This is going to be really cool. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out, and I plan to release a lot more videos like this as I progress in bouldering. Also, a like and a comment on my videos can go a long way since I'm new, and it helps a lot with the algorithm. So thank you so much, and back to the video. That was my first ever V3 send, and I'm really proud of it because it was a flash. I struggled a little bit near the top where I couldn't find footholds, but overall it was a really easy boulder, and I would honestly probably not grade that a V3, but since I'm such a new climber, who knows, maybe V3s are easier than I thought. It was pretty easy, so that was pretty cool. And honestly, I'd say it was a really fun boulder and it suited my style well. The holds were not crimpy like some other V3s I've tried in the past. They were pretty juggy, I would say. Easy to grab onto, and I really like the undercling as well. I would say the hardest part about that boulder were the long reaches, because you kind of had to like jump for the top hold a little bit and kind of reach a little bit farther than I usually do. So that was probably the hardest thing, but overall it was just a really cool boulder, so I'm pretty glad that I flashed it. This boulder has an unknown grade. Honestly, the beginning is pretty tough, as you're about to see, but I'm not sure what grade this boulder actually is, so comment below what grade you think it is. Honestly, the beginning part looks really hard, but after that, it looks pretty easy to get myself up the rest of the wall. So if I can just get past this little part here, it should be okay, but it was pretty difficult. I'm not even gonna talk about what happens here. Okay, so that was pretty embarrassing. I couldn't even top out a V0, but honestly at this point in my climbing session, I had done some more boulders off screen and I was feeling pretty pumped. So as a beginner, for me, it's hard to even top out easy boulders like V0s when I'm completely pumped. So that's why I just kind of decided to jump down early. I didn't want to get to the top and then have to jump. Now onto some cool slabs. I saved the slabs for last because those are easiest to do when I'm pumped because I'm usually not very good at them, as you're about to see, and they don't require much strength, at least for me, because I can't really hold myself onto them yet. Slabs are really tough actually, so if you have any tips for how to get better at slabs, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. But yeah, hope you enjoy watching me fail on a bunch of slabs. This was actually one of the best tries I've had so far at this slab, so I was pretty glad about it. So I'm not actually sure if you're supposed to start the slab like this, but basically I'm just putting my hands here. You can't really see, but under this little pink part, there are 2 green pieces of tape. So I'm pretty sure you start at this pink part, but the slab itself is pretty difficult though. I'm not sure what to do after you kind of launch yourself up there because it's really hard to stay close to the wall. I keep kind of drifting out away from the wall or turning out and then I just fall. So I'm not really sure what to do there yet, but I'm kind of trying to figure it out here. And by the way, yes, I am aware that I'm climbing a slab with the chalk bag. Honestly, I have no idea why. And I don't know what I'm doing right here. I think I'm just looking around to see if there's any other way to start. But yeah, I definitely shouldn't have climbed this with the chalk bag. Slabs are much harder to climb with chalk bags. I would not recommend doing that. So next time I will be taking that off. But yeah, I think this is one of the last goes that I had at this slab. And I'm going to try a new slab after this because this one honestly just got kind of a little bit too hard. I didn't really know how to even start it. So yeah. I decided to try one last slab because the last one was too hard to do. Honestly, to say the least, this one was harder, but it was still pretty cool. This first move it looks easy, but it's really hard to keep yourself on the wall. This pink undercling is honestly pretty tough. It looks like an easy hold, but here I am trying to figure out different ways to grab it, and then grab the next hold and still stay on because it's really hard. I kind of managed to do it here, but I kind of just fell out of the wall, because it's really just hard to keep yourself into the wall. Honestly, a lot of slab climbers, like I'm impressed that they can stay so close to the wall because for me it was really hard. If you've made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching this video. Honestly, I feel like this was a pretty good bouldering session for me. I would have liked to get that V unknown, the red one. I don't know what grade that is still, but that was a pretty cool boulder. And I feel like after the beginning it got easier, but the beginning was just a little bit too tough for me. I'm really proud of the V3 flash. Like I said, that was my first ever V3 send and it was a flash, so that's really cool. I usually struggle a lot on V3s, so it felt really good to send that boulder. In the future, I would like to get better at slabs. I think slabs are pretty cool and being able to send them seems really cool, but slabs are pretty tough for me starting out. I don't really know how to have good technique, and especially just starting out on slabs, that first move is just getting onto the wall is often the hardest part for me. So I'm going to keep working on that, but I'm pretty glad with this bouldering session. My skin did hurt a little bit at the end of this session and I felt pretty pumped, but other than that, I felt pretty good. Especially on the wall, I felt pretty good. It's pretty nice that the climb after my injury, I'm feeling pretty good. So yeah, pretty excited about that and excited to keep climbing in the future and maybe try out a V4. I'd also like to try lead climbing sometime, but as of now, I don't really have many friends that climb, or really any. So lead climbing would probably be pretty hard at the moment, but maybe I'll get to try it in the future. That would be pretty cool. And who knows, maybe next time I'll try a V4. So thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next one.